Whether you're upgrading to a higher speed plan or wanting to make the most of your current one, optimizing your in-home setup is the best way to get the most speed from your connection. In fact, some of the top issues we help customers with are actually because their own Wi-Fi setup needs a bit of help. I'm Holly. Today, we're going to run you through a few tips to get your Wi-Fi working like a well-oiled machine. Let's go. First up, router placement. The main job of your router is to beam out Wi-Fi signals to all the devices you need connected to the internet. If you hide this router in a cupboard or jammed behind a couch, not only will it feel neglected, it'll struggle to do its job. And this would show in your Wi-Fi strength and speed. Things like microwaves, baby monitors, and even garage remotes. These are all enemies of the Wi-Fi signal. The more of these competing signals between a device and your router, the more likely they are to harm the speeds you experience. Ideally, your router should live in a central spot away from interfering objects and raised to around waist or chest height. If your NBN box isn't near a good central location, try a long Ethernet extension cable and some creative and safe cable management to get your router into a better position. Once it's in place, let's check the coverage through speed testing. You can open a test by scanning the QR code on screen. Standing next to your router, run the test and note your speeds down. Here, the results should be matching your plan's max speed. Then, repeat the test in different areas around your house. It's totally normal to see a small drop in speed the further you go from your router, so don't fret. But if you find your speeds are dropping harshly, it could mean your Wi-Fi coverage needs work. Try moving your router and repeating these steps to see what helps. Now, time for some hard truths. If you're still sentimental about your old router that's holding on for dear life, I'm so sorry, but it might be time for an upgrade. If you want to have higher speeds, then having the right router is key. This doesn't mean splashing out on a brand new state-of-the-art whiz-bang machine though. You just need something that does the job. Let's walk through some of the key things to look out for when shopping around. Routers have different Wi-Fi technologies, depending on how recently they were released. A higher generation number means higher potential speeds, efficiency, and capacity for connected devices. For example, Wi-Fi 6 technology has a higher top speed, is better in crowded areas, and is more efficient than its predecessor, Wi-Fi 5. We recommend, at a minimum, looking for a dual-band router with Wi-Fi 6 technology. As always, check the router's specs to confirm it can handle your plan's speeds. For those wanting to go into gigabit speeds, or even just future-proof your home or business, you'll want a router with a higher speed cap. Let's throw to Aussie expert Nick to take you through some more tips.
Thanks, Holly. Now let's talk cables, specifically Ethernet cables. These connect your NBN box to your router, and an old or dodgy cable can seriously impact your speed. Cat6 Ethernet cables are your best bet, but plans under 1000 megabits per second can use a Cat5e if necessary. Ethernet can also link nearby devices like computers or TVs directly to your router for a faster and more stable connection. Have you got some of these ports in your house? If so, you are in luck. These are Ethernet cables that run through your walls, matching to another port in a different room. One of the ways we love using them is to help put routers in separate rooms to your NBN box, which is really handy for optimal placement. How do you know if you've got high-speed Cat6 Ethernet cables? Well, unless you install them yourself, you probably don't. Test your connections and see what speeds you can get. If you seem to be hitting a lower max speed than your plan provides, it might be worth calling a cabler to check out your setup. Have Wi-Fi dead spots you can't get rid of? Have a look at a mesh system. Mesh systems create a blanket of coverage across your home. For example, in a 2-story home, you could have a main Wi-Fi router, a mesh node in another room downstairs, and one more upstairs. Lots of routers are mesh compatible, even if they aren't specifically marketed as a mesh router. Try checking a router's specifications or manual to see if it's compatible. Careful though. Mesh and Wi-Fi extenders are two different things. While extenders also increase your Wi-Fi range, they aren't recommended because they're an older technology that might not keep up with today's needs. Mesh uses much more advanced technology to deliver higher speeds and better coverage. For more helpful home network tips, check out our blogs and help center in the links below. Thanks for watching and good luck getting the most out of your home network.